Hey guys, so we thought it would be fun to do a video just answering some of your questions. So I made a poll on Instagram and I have a few questions here. So let me just pull up the first one. So the first question is, why does lip filler migrate? So there's a few things that we take into consideration when answering this question. So one of them is too much volume all at once. So if you're coming in and you have really fine lips and you're wanting a full syringe, one syringe might not seem like a lot, but if you have very thin lips, this can often be too much for you. So if you put too much volume in a small area, it's hard to keep that filler within the border of your lips. And even though we might be injecting in a way that keeps the product there, it over time can move and migrate to the upper lip, which creates that cat-like appearance, which is not desirable. So I recommend doing half a syringe at a time, especially if you have really thin lips. And if you have fuller lips, you can usually do a full syringe in one sitting, and that doesn't seem to have the same issue. You can also try using Botox, like a lip flip, to keep the product in place. So how that works is by when you administer a couple units here and here, it immobilizes your lips a little bit, so it makes it easier to keep the filler in place. I often will recommend this for a lot of my lip filler clients. So that's the first reason. The second reason is just natural cause. So lots of talking, chewing. This can move your filler over time. And it's not because your filler is injected incorrectly or something that you're particularly doing. It can just happen naturally. So I always recommend after a few sessions of getting lip filler just to do a micro dissolve or just dissolve and start over. And that seems to be a good way to prevent it from getting out of place. And lastly, oh yeah, so if you are drinking out of a straw, this seems to affect filler quite a bit. So drinking out of a straw, especially if you're someone that's consistently using a straw every day, that pressure, you can have the hollowness kind of in the circular motion. The same goes for cigarettes, so you have to be really mindful of that. I know there are some straws out there now that are kind of horizontal, so you don't have to make the puckering motion, which seems to be helping. So you can try that or try not drinking out of a straw. So those are the reasons for lip filler migration. It's not a big deal, but you will have to dissolve if you want that corrected, or just try working in small increments to prevent it from being overloaded.